Welcome back. I'm Mary, and this is the Painted Peach. Today I'm participating in the How You Do Red, White, and Blue playlist collaboration hosted by Jody at Southern Seasons, Monica at Up All Night DIY, and Dawn at Shabby Meets Bling. I've already pre-painted my board with the color Vintage, and now I'm just sketching out what I would like to paint. And today I am painting a lady. And so I'm sketching her out and then we'll get to painting. This painting today is inspired by a Pinterest painting that I've seen. It ends up being nothing like the painting, but I did want to mention that it was inspired.
She's not just a color, not just a flag. She's stories and sacrifice stitched in each rag. With brush in my hand and heart beating true, this is my way of showing.
Once I have my lady all sketched out, we're going to start with painting. And this first coat is just to get some color on and pretty much map out where I'm going to be having her arms and all of that. So we'll do lining out and all that later. So this is just like a sloppy coat going on, really, just to figure out where everything's going.
Red for the courage that won't be denied, white for the hope that we hold deep inside, blue for the battles and skies we look through. This is how I do red, white, and blue. Stand strong with freedom behind, painted in love, in peace you can find. Not just a symbol, but something we choose to live every day in red, white, and blue.
I now get out my pencil again and I start sketching out some sunglasses and a little nose and some lips and stuff. And then we will start painting those in as well. I'm using my palette knife so that I can add some texture. I like texture in my paintings, and her dress and her hat will have some texture. You will see that I will be adding a background that I don't add in this video, and in that I'm going to be using some new products from Plaid that are different texture mediums, and you will be able to see that in another video. If you'd like to see that, I will be adding a link to this video in the description for that as well. Here I'm just adding some accessories. She needed some bracelets and a cute little flower on her hat. This flower will end up getting a few different coats of paint before I get it how I like it. And here is where you see I have added the background textures. Again, if you'd like to see how I did that and what products I used, there will be a video linked over in my description. There'll also be links to the playlist and to each of the hosts of this playlist collaboration. Make sure you check out that link to the playlist. There will be several other creators, and you can just click the link and you can watch each one right after the other. Now I'm pulling out my stamps and I'm just grabbing a few that I think I'll use. And I don't have my ink pads, so I end up using paint. I don't know if you follow me, but if you don't, I have sold my house, or it's under contract right now. It's pending, and I don't really have all my supplies. So I'm using what I got right now. And so we're going to use paint on our stamps, and we are just going to go with it.
that leads me and you. Blue for the truth that we'll always pursue. This is how I do red, white, and blue. So whether it's paint or song or prayer, we show our pride in the way that we care. And this is how I do red, white, and blue. When the sky turns dark to gray and my hope begins to stray, I raise my hands and start to sing. Feel the fire your love can bring. Lift me high above the storm.
Now I decided I needed a little bit of mixed media, so I started cutting out those flowers all the way, and I decided I only wanted the flowers. They were just too much to cut, so I've got those to add into the background. Now I'm just sketching out a flag in the background. This is where our patriotic comes in, and I'm going to use my palette knife to add this flag on. It's going to be like it's in the background, so it's not going to be perfect, and it will not have stars but little dots for stars. So it's just like it's waving in the background, and she is the center of attention.
Where the cold can do no harm. Through your light, my soul is warm. Guide me safe to where I'm born. Every shadow hides my fear, but your voice is crystal clear. Whisper truths that pull me near. Your embrace I long to hear. Lift me high above the storm, where the cold can do no harm. Through your light, my soul is warm. Guide me safe to where I'm born. Even when my strength gives way, in your arms I'll always stay. Lead me through my darkest night.
While I let that dry a little, I decide I want to add some red flowers to her dress. So I add those Same type of flowers that I have those little cutouts for, and I add a little bit of yellow and blue into them as well to tie everything in together so that her little dress will match everything in the background.
Turn my tears to beams of light. Lift me high above the storm, where the cold can do no harm. Through your light, my soul is warm. Guide me safe to where I am born.
Here I'm going to use one of those little dotting tools from the Dollar Tree and some white paint, and we're just going to put little dots. I think I did 50, there may be 51 or 49, we don't know, but we just made it look like there were stars, but they're blurred. I decided she needed some grass under her instead of sand, and I'm going to add some little flowers, some blue and white to tie in that blue, and then she will be finished. Again, I want to remind you that this is a playlist, and you can find the links to the hosts over in my description along with the playlist link. I'd like to thank Dawn, Monica, and Jody for having me in the playlist today. And if you don't follow them, make sure you do. I decided to add one last little touch up into the corner to bring that blue in. My daughter said they ended up looking like blue roses, and I think they were the last perfect touch to tie everything all together. And of course, the dark wax around the edges just to bring the focus into that beautiful lady in her flowery dress. And we will be complete. And here is your final reveal. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, make sure you check out that playlist. This has been How You Do Red, White, and Blue with Dawn, Monica, and Jody. And until next time, as always, stay peachy.